What's up guys, I'm Chirag and welcome to this video. So today I'm here to start a new tutorial series that is on AWS Cloud Formation. So welcome to part 1 of the tutorial series on AWS Cloud Formation. So in this video we will go through the overview of AWS Cloud Formation. So let's get started. So let's try to understand the cloud formation in a very simple way. So what exactly is cloud formation? So I came up with something like this, that is cloud formation. I had separated those two words, that is cloud plus formation. So now what does cloud mean? So cloud can be, or a cloud comprises AWS cloud services or resources. For example, Lambda, API, EC2 instances that we want to create, VPC, IAM roles and whatnot, right? And what does formation stands for? So it means creation or provisioning of cloud resources, right? So combined we can say cloud formation, that means the creation of the AWS cloud services or resources, right? Or provisioning of those cloud resources. So that's what cloud formation mean at the very high level, right? So now before we go ahead and understand the AWS cloud formation, let's look at few problems that it will help to resolve. So let's say we want to deploy a web application and its architecture looks something like this, and you need to deploy the same, right? So how will you do that? So you will start with, or we will start with, by looking at the dependencies, and then we will create the resources one by one. We will look at the mapping and we will map back one by one, right? So basically the complexity increases with more mappings and resources in the picture, right? So that's one of the problem that we want to solve using cloud formation. So the problem is that hard to manage the infrastructure, right? So now the another problem is that now let's say we deployed it and now we want to replicate the same infrastructure in some other environment, right? Then again we need to go back to the very first point. We need to look at the dependency mappings. We will create the resources one by one and then we will map back, right? So hence it becomes very time consuming and complex to replicate the infrastructure. So basically it becomes complex and time consuming to replicate the infrastructure. So that's the second problem that we are trying to solve with the AWS cloud formation. So let's look at the third one. So now let's say the user base is increasing and you want to scale and you want to change the instance type basically to the higher performing instance, for example, right? And now doing it manually becomes critical, and it requires you to also remember the original settings, which again adds the complexity, right? So basically incremental upgrade becomes critical. So these are the few problems that we want to solve using AWS cloud formation. So let's move on. Let's understand what exactly cloud formation is and how it will help us in tackling these problems, right? So let's move on. So what is cloud formation? So cloud formation is nothing but a service. It basically let you design and model and deploy the defined resources, right? So in cloud formation we define a template. It's nothing but something like Swagger specs or the specification that we define in that template, and we give it to the cloud formation service, and it will read or it will go through those resources or the specs mentioned in the template, and then it will start provisioning the resources one by one by evaluating the dependencies, right? So that is something cloud formation is. Now in cloud formation, as I mentioned, you create a template that is basically can be JSON or YAML, and in template you define all the resources. For example, you want to deploy Lambda function, you want to deploy EC2 instance, or you want to provision IAM role for the Lambda function, and all that specification, all that resources you defined in that template, and you give it to cloud formation and it will do rest of the work, right? So ideally once we have the template, we upload that template to the cloud formation service or via console or via CLI, and it will take care of the provisioning of the resources, right? So ideally template is a blueprint of your architecture. So now here let's try to understand few concepts within cloud formation. So the very first one is the template. So as I mentioned earlier, it's basically a JSON or the YAML formatted file, right? And for cloud formation to provision the resources, template act as a blueprint, right? For example, you want to provision Lambda function, IAM role, or any resource, right? Now the another concept is that stack, right? So basically template in action is a stack, right? So the very first step is to have the template, And when you provide the template, and when AWS CloudFormation start deploying those resources that you had mentioned in the template, so that is basically a stack, right? So let's try to understand that. So to create provision resources defined in the template, you need to create a stack, right? And template in action is a stack. And basically you manage resources in AWS CloudFormation via stack. Like for example, you want to delete the deployed resources or the provisioned resources via template, then you can perform those action using stack, right? Now moving along, then we have stack sets. So basically stack set extends the functionality of the stack, which enables you to create, update or delete stacks across multiple accounts and regions with a single operation, right? So for example, you want to deploy certain infrastructure and you have multiple templates and you want to deploy that or provision that in multiple region, right? So that's where stack sets comes into the picture. So we will look at each of the concept and we will use each of the things one by one in the upcoming tutorials, right? So this is basically the very high level that I wanted you to understand, so that when we go ahead and do the tutorial for the same, you have some sort of basic idea about what it is, right? So now moving along, then we have change sets. So basically, for example, we have deployed the architecture, right? And let's say you want to update settings in the existing set. Let's say you want to increase the instance size, or you want to increase the processing power, right? So what you ideally do is you update this stack, right? But now with change set in picture, it adds one more step, which is it will let you preview that what changes are going to occur. That is basically change set. So it will let you visualize that what all resources or what all existing resources are going to affect before you go ahead and push some changes incrementally, right? So that's basically change sets, right? So now let's look at how CloudFormation works. So here the very first entity is the user creates the template. He will go ahead and define all the resources that he want to deploy, and once the template is ready, either in JSON or the YAML formatted file, either you save it locally or either you will upload that template file on the S3 bucket, right? And then you will go to the AWS CloudFormation console, or you can also use AWS CLI, right? And then you will go ahead and create a stack, and that stack will take this template as a blueprint. So you need to upload that template if you have saved it locally, or you need to give the reference of the S3 bucket in case you have uploaded that template to the S3 bucket, right? And then you go ahead to AWS CloudFormation, you create a stack, and that stack will ideally provision the resources mentioned in the template, right? So basically AWS CloudFormation will evaluate the template. It will do all the validation check that whether the template is formatted correctly, you have defined certain things properly or not. It will evaluate the dependency, and then based on that evaluation, it will start provisioning the resources, right? So that's where AWS CloudFormation will take care of those provisioning of the resources, right? So that's AWS CloudFormation, and that's how AWS CloudFormation works, right? Now we are back to references, and thank you. Right, so before we go ahead and close this, let's go back to the problems that we had defined, that is hard to manage infrastructure, right? So here, instead of creating resources one by one, evaluating dependency manually and mapping them back, basically it becomes hard to manage that infrastructure. Now here, instead of that, we can define a template, we can define all the dependency in the one YAML template, right? So everything, if we want to change or manage, all we have to look at is the template, right? We don't need to go to specific service. We need to locate that resource and make changes or whatnot, right? So everything is in a single file. You define the specs. AWS CloudFormation will provision that infrastructure or the resources for you, right? So that's where AWS CloudFormation helps in solving the very first problem. And then now we have second problem, that is complex and time consuming to replicate the infrastructure. Now when we have template in place, all we have to do is navigate to the specific environment, or we want to replicate the specific architecture in the different environments. So all we have to do is go to CloudFormation, upload that template, and it will provision rest of the things, right? So it becomes super easy. And then we have the third problem, that is incremental upgrade becomes critical. So basically incremental upgrade becomes easy by simply updating the stack, and it becomes more reliable with change set, right? So AWS CloudFormation make this problem super easy to manage and execute, right? So that's where AWS CloudFormation helps in solving these problems. Now we are done with the presentation basically, right? Thank you. But before I close, let's go to the console and have a look at what we have in the console. So within CloudFormation, we have stacks. So that is something that I had already covered. So to deploy any template, to deploy or provision any resources, we need to create a stack, right? So basically template in action is a stack. Then we have stack sets. So again, if we want to replicate or we want to manage the provisioning of the resources in multiple region, then we can go for stack sets. Then we have export. So basically all the output value will be displayed within export, and it basically let you share information between stacks, right? And then we have the designer console. So instead of writing the specs or the YAML or the JSON file manually, we can visually design the overall infrastructure, and it will write the JSON and the YAML specs for us, right? So that's designer. And then finally we have the CloudFormation registry, and within that we have resource types. So basically the CloudFormation registry lists the resources, both private and public, that are available for use in your CloudFormation account, right? So basically it's kind of predefined specs, we can say. So you can go ahead and have a look. You can explore the AWS CloudFormation console, right? So that's all for the overview of the CloudFormation in this video. Until that time, if you want me to do tutorial on any use case or service, then please leave them below, and I will try my best to come up with the tutorial as soon as possible. And if you have any queries or comments, then again please leave them below, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you next time.